And good evening to you, family. Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is your man, Juan J. Johnson, coming at you live on this 14th day of January 2024, along with Firearms Training. I need you to get your libations, call a friend. We're going to have a conversation on tonight called The Enemy. I know this is football season's playoff night, and I know a lot of folks are preoccupied watching these games, but we're going to get in on tonight. I may not stay before you long, but the title tonight is As You See, Are You Ready for Change? Cat Williams interview and the perception of the world, or I kind of spelled the world wrong. So we're going to deal with that on tonight. I see we got some wolf packs in the house. I see it. You need Wilkins in the house. Got a wolf packer in the house. Got one in the house. So with that said, let me get to these preliminaries. If you are interested in becoming a responsible gun owner, gun user, I need you to go to lwftraining.com. That's lwftraining.com for your firearms needs. If you're interested in getting your HQL, which is a handgun qualification license, it's a 4-hour class, could be 5. If you want a renewal on your HQL, if you want your wear and carry or your concealed carry, which are 16-hour classes that could go to 18 hours. We make sure that you are thoroughly trained, thoroughly informed, and thoroughly educated about this whole gun piece. If you have guns in your possession you no longer need or want, whether you inherited them, you bought them, you don't use them, you can always contact lwftraining.com along with firearm@gmail.com. Give us a call and we will come out to your location and we will transfer those weapons from your house, your residence, to the company for educational purposes. If you are in need of a firearm instructor, there's someone to go with you on the range so you can do some shooting, so you can just try out your gun, so you can break that fear and build your confidence up, you need to contact lwftraining.com. So with that said, getting those preliminaries out of the way, I am here on tonight, looking forward to an amazing conversation with you. Again, I need you to hit that share. You hit that share button. I want you to like it already. Whatever platform you see me on, I need you to share, like, or you can unlike it. You can dislike it. But whatever you decide to do, please do something. Sharing is caring. And I am looking forward to you sharing this broadcast with as many as you can. Um, Before I get to my topic, family, let me share with you that I am not sure how much longer I'm going to be on these social media platforms. I've been getting censored by multiple platforms, uh, saying I've broken the community rules and violations. I've been getting strikes on my channel for just trying to educate you on becoming responsible gun owners, gun users. So I am in the process right now of finding alternative platforms that I can come on where we won't be censored, cut off, or or the pages being just deleted. I know that I am doing something that is not being done on social media. You're not seeing a black man like myself, retired police officer, okay, who believes in the revolutionary Jesus Christ unapologetically. Now, I'm not trying to get you saved, but I'm trying to get you armed. All those who are under my voice, right? And these social media platforms are going out their way to try to censor me. I can't make this up. I posted something on one platform and 2 years ago, and I reposted it, and I get a flag saying I'm in violation. It was good 2 years ago, and now it's not good no more. Other platforms, I'm showing you how to work the weapons, and I'm getting censored. The videos are being taken down. Again, because we don't own these platforms, right? There's not much I can do, but uh, condense the message or find me another platform which would give me the freedom. So I'm looking at Patreon, okay? I'm looking at Twitch. I'm looking at Rumble, okay? Because I still think that this is a message that's needed for we the people. This is a message that's needed for us again in this, especially in this 2024 season. We haven't even gotten to the election, but we're in the election process, but it's a very interesting season. Um, and I want to make sure that you become responsible gun owners and gun users. Okay? That's my goal. Again, I believe in the Second Amendment, which is a well-regulated militia, citizens, to be just as plain as I can, a well-regulated citizen, okay? Legally citizens who will meet the criteria to possess the guns to defend themselves, being necessary to the security of the free state. The right of the people to bear arms should not be infringed. Um, the Second Amendment, family, is not a suggestion. It's a right of the people, okay? And we need to embrace all of the Second Amendment. Again, see, when you have a word, you ain't got to go look for a word, right? And my word is this: I want you to become responsible gun owners and gun users at the expense of being censored on social media. Say this again. I want you to become responsible gun owners and gun users at the expense of being censored on social media. Say this again. I want you to become responsible gun owners and gun users at the expense of being censored on social media. Okay. And if I have to leave these platforms that are censoring me, then I will create and go to other platforms that welcome this dialogue, because I know we need to have this dialogue based on the topic on today. Are you ready for change? Cat Williams' interview and the perception of the world. It's taken me about a week and a half to deal with this whole Cat Williams piece because I wasn't going to deal with it. You know why? Because I understand this. I don't have the luxury right now to talk about people. That's not where my mind is. I don't have the luxury right now to talk about events. I try to talk about ideas. The idea of you becoming responsible gun owners. The idea of you defending yourself, your family, your friends, your neighborhood, your city, your county, your state, and possibly the nation. Okay? I need you to be serious about becoming responsible gun owners like never before. We have got to put away the entertainment, the games, okay? Because my approach to this conversation I'm gonna have with you tonight is on Are You Ready for Change in the Cat Williams interview and how the world perceives us. I haven't heard nobody say what I'm about to say. So let me get into this Cat Williams interview because I'm not going to be here long with this. I'm not going to break it apart. I want to just give you the bigger picture of this Shannon Sharp, okay, Club Shay Shay interview with Cat Williams. While many of us are looking at how many views that interview got, you're not asking the question why they got those views. What is making this whole interview go global? Not just national, but international. What's being said, what's being discussed, they got the whole globe talking about this interview with Cat Williams that was given by Shannon Sharp. I have come to the conclusion, because I've been watching this thing, just watching from a distance, okay? And I'm gonna take, and you can ask me questions too, but I've come to the realization that the reason why that interview blew up like it blew up, okay, is because the whole world look at the Black community as entertainers, as entertainment. That's a hard pill to swallow. When people look at us, what do they see? They see the Black community as entertainers, entertainment, rappers, comedians, athletes. The combination of Shannon Sharp being an athlete and Cat Williams being a comedian, entertainer, right? It went global because that is the perception of the world among Black Americans. Let me explain myself. If you look at who this country promotes as our representatives, right? They promote comedians, entertainers, and athletes. Think about this. I want you to think about this. Every name that Brother Cat Williams mentioned, right? Every name that Brother Cat Williams mentioned, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, right? Cedric the Entertainer, Cat Williams, Ricky Smiley, Bernie Mac, Kevin Hart. What they all have in common? I say, what do they all have in common? They're entertainers, comedians. Who's been the voice of Black people for the last almost 10, 15 years? Everybody that's been mentioned has had a radio show or they still have a radio show. Huh? Think about it. Steve Harvey has a radio show. We had one from 1996 to 2000. D.L. Hughley has a radio show. Cedric the Entertainer was with the Steve Harvey show. Okay? Cat Williams has a radio show or had one. Ricky Smiley, a radio show. Bernie Mac, peace be upon him, was on the radio. Kevin Hart has a radio show. And what do Black people do? What do we do in the morning on our way to work? We listen to radio shows. or on our drive homes, we listen to radio shows. We're not listening to civil rights leaders. We're not listening to the Divine Nine. Hmm? We're not even listening to our politicians. Who has had the most influence on the Black community for the last decade? Your comedians, your Dave Chappelle's, your Steve Harvey's. Hell, Steve Harvey wrote a book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman. I haven't read it yet. I don't know how many copies he sold, but he has had the ear of the Black community for decades. When I tell you that the whole world see the Black community as entertainment, that is why that program, that is why that interview blew up. Because the world is always paying attention to the Black community. What are they doing and what are they saying? Let's go a little deeper in that. Let's go a little deeper, right? What is the Black community's greatest export? Hmm? What is our biggest export? Music. Not just any music, rap music. And that's been for decades. So you get comedians, entertainers, athletes, and rappers have been at the forefront of the Black community for decades. That is why that interview blew up so much. I stopped asking the question why. When you sit back and just look at all the things that put in place, the timing was perfect for it. Okay. We've been watching Steve Harvey movies. We've been watching Steve Harvey movies, Kings of Comedy, the Steve Harvey Morning Show, The Family Feud. We've been watching D.L. Hughley's The Hugleys, Kings of Comedy. D.L. Hughley breaks the news. We've been seeing Cedric Entertainment on the Kings of Comedy Barbershop, the original Kings of Comedy. He was on the Steve Harvey Show. We see Cat Williams on the Friday After Next, Pimp Chronicles, Wild and Out, The American Hustler, the movie, Ricky Smiley on the Ricky Smiley Show, the real Ricky Smiley Show, the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, Peace Be Upon Bernie Mac, the Bernie Mac Show, Kings of Comedy, Mr. 3000, Ocean's 11 that he was in, Kevin Hart, Think Like a Man, Ride Along series, Get Hard, Kevin Hart, Laugh at My Pain, and some of the other movies that he is currently in. The whole world has been conditioned to see Black American as entertainers. So it's no surprise that that interview went viral and continues to go viral because when they see us, they see rappers, entertainers, comedians, athletes. They're not putting out our best product. Let me say this again. They are not putting out our best product. Let that sink in. That video had to go global. It had to go viral. Okay? Because they was airing out the laundry of decades ago. And let's not forget, Steve Harvey did the Miss USA, Mr. American beauty pageants. He's been controversial for a long time, and he just got out of a little situation with the wife, possibly some infidelity. I don't know. I can't confirm it. So he's been hot for a minute. The timing was perfect. And we got to ask ourselves this question as a Black community. When are we going to change the script? When are we going to come off this entertainment titty? When are we going to come off this comedy breast? When are we going to come off this entertainment, this football, this sports? Today was playoffs. I can only imagine how many people were sitting in front of their televisions watching that idiot box. Emotionally, I mean, they are emotionally caught up into who's playing. When we have issues like the Secretary of Defense went gone last year, had a surgery, didn't tell the president, didn't tell his assistant. He went off the grid for about 7 days. Okay. There's a passage in the scriptures that says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. When I became a man, I put away childish things. That football, this comedy, this entertainment is childish. We need to be serious. We need to be serious. We need to be serious. They say serious people do serious things. I need you to be serious. I probably won't say nothing else about this Cat Williams piece, because I'm not going to break down. I am not, again, that's for me, that's just gossip. We got people coming to America at our borders, throwing away their ideas. We have a whole brigade, an army of men who's crossing these borders. We have Trojan horses at the border, family. And we're all talking about Club Shay Shay. That's when you know you've been whooped. That's when you know you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, left astray, run amok. When they got you talking about comedy, entertainment, athletes, comedians, and not the serious things. Okay? So, I'm going to move on from this Cat Williams. I'm going to leave that alone, because I've already made my point. The world see us, Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, American descendants of slaves, Negroes, colored. The world see us as entertainment. And now watch this. If they can see you as entertainment and ratchet, then when it's time to take you out, they have all the videos they need to convince the rest of the world that they're not contributing, that they don't contribute to the world, that these are the bottom feeders. They just take. They're not contributing, and then they take us out. They will take us out. Family, we're at war. We're at war for our image. We are being erased right before your very eyes. That whole video, that whole Club Shay Shay was weaponized against Black America. See this again. That video was used as a weapon. But you can't see that right now, because all y'all seeing is two Black men having a conversation and everybody's interested. Well, of course they're interested when they've been conditioned for the last 10, 20 years that the only contribution that Black America has is rap, which is its biggest export, comedians, entertainers, and athletes. And I delight in being the bearer of good news. I'm not upset in telling you this because you need to know this. Everybody is not on the same page. Everybody's not just going along to get along. Some of us are paying attention. That's why I say you need to become responsible gun owners, gun users, because when they decide to drop the hammer on our community, they're going to say these words: there's one, there's one, there's one. They're not going to ask you if you saved. They're not going to ask you, are you born again? Are you a believer? They're not going to ask you, are you baptized? They're not going to ask you what church you're affiliated with. They're going to say these words: there's one, there's one. Okay? So I need you to be serious. I need you to be serious. I need you to be serious about your survival in this country. We're being undermined. You've been overran. Look at what's going on in these cities. Look at these sanctuary cities. Look at these migrants coming in here. Come on, man. Coming in here and doing what? Feasting and feeding off the taxpayers' dollars. My dollars, your dollars. They are housing the immigrants for free on my tax dollar and feeding them and shutting down schools to accommodate them. And we are talking about the interview that went viral. I need you to wake up. I need you to shake yourself. Okay? It's just that serious. We are in a battle for the survival of our nation, family. And do I want to come on these social media platforms and have this conversation? No. But I done listened to a lot of people on social media. And they ain't said this. They're not saying this, what I'm saying. Oh, they're not saying what I'm saying. They're not seeing what I'm seeing. But it's okay. Now you see it. I'm sharing it with you. Now I hope that you can see what I see. And I hope that you can say what I'm saying. And I hope that you get more serious about your survival, about your children's survival, about your children's survival. Because if you don't become serious, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in trouble. Okay? Again, you're not just listening to a brother talk. I'm concerned. I love my people. I have eyes to see and I got ears to hear. I do a lot of meditation. Okay? I pride myself in connecting the dots and being able to see what others can't see. Okay? But once you see it, like me, once I see a thing, I can't unsee it. And I hope and pray that once you see it, that you can't unsee it, that you become serious. Again, there's so many other things I want to talk about, but had to address this cat piece because it's been going on for almost 2 weeks now, and folks are still talking about it. But they're not seeing a bigger issue. It's the bigger picture. Is this the whole world see us as entertainment, and the very people that names that was mentioned on that program on Club Shay Shay have been the voices and still remain the voices for our collective. We're the only group of people in the world that have been assigned comedians, entertainers, and athletes as our representatives. No other country in the world, no other nation in the world has comedians, entertainers, athletes speaking on their behalf. That narrative needs to change today. Okay? And with that, let me go to, are you ready for change? Are you ready for change, family? That's the question. Because when you're talking about ready for change, the other question you got to ask is this: do I want the responsibility of what I want? A lot of people want a lot of things. A lot of y'all are making a lot of New Year's resolutions. A lot of y'all are having dreams and visions and vision boards and whiteboards, and you're writing down what you want. You want that house. You want that money. You want that car. You want that business. Yeah. But do you want the responsibility of what you want? Answer that question. Do I want the responsibility of what I want? We all want something. But do you want the responsibility of it? Are you willing to put in the labor, the hours, the resources to get what you want? You have to answer that question. I know some of y'all have written down a whole business plan. Right? You know I'm telling the truth. But do you want that responsibility? Do you really want that responsibility? Because some of you have sabotaged your own dreams, your own desires. You've sabotaged it because you're not ready for it. You don't really want that. Mm. Do you really want the responsibility of that new car? Do you really want the responsibility of that new house? Do you really want to work those hours for that business that you've been dreaming about, thinking about? Huh? Huh? You really want that? You got to answer that question. Are you ready for the change? And do you want the responsibility to come with that change? Hmm? Do you really want to walk again? Do you really want your pressure to come down? Do you really want to go on that diet and lose all that weight? And the responsibility of maintaining that healthy weight, of eating right, that diet? Huh? Do you want the responsibility of what you want? That's the first question. I need you to share this video. And also, I need you to like this video. And also, I'm gonna need you if you're getting something from me tonight, I'm gonna need you to make a donation. Make a donation. Everything's on the bottom of the screen. Lonewolffirearms@gmail.com. Subscribe to the channel, whatever you see me on. Share and like it. There's the Cash App right there, Lone Wolf Firearm. PayPal me /Lone Wolf Firearm. Okay. Do you want the responsibility of what you want? You want that promotion? Huh? Do you want the responsibility? Hmm? If you're unwilling to take on all the responsibility, you need to leave it alone. You need not even pursue it until you've made up your mind that you are ready for the responsibility of what you want. Let me tell you something. I did almost 3 decades as a police officer. Did I want to get up every day and go to work? Did I want to stay over overtime? Did I want to have to go on details and stay there until my relief came? No. I need you to answer that question. Do you want the responsibility of what you want? Okay. That's number one. Number two, am I willing to change to accommodate what I want? Now, how many of y'all ready to change? Because some of us are stones. We set. We're like concrete. We are set and settled and stoned. And we are not ready to accommodate, to change. You want to be married, huh? Are you ready to accommodate that person? Hmm? Are you willing to change to accommodate the person for what you want? It doesn't even have to be a person. Are you willing to make some changes? Are you willing to change your hours, to get up earlier, to stay later? Hmm? Are you willing to make these concessions for what you want? I don't know what you want, but you got to ask the question, are you willing to change to get what you want? Because some of us don't want to change. We want things, but we don't want to change. And anything you want, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to change. You want a job, you're going to have to get up early. Or if it's a midnight shift, you're going to go late. You want to go to school, you're going to have to discipline yourself to study. You can't hang out. If you really, really want to change, if you really, really want to change, or you want that thing, you're going to have to change. Again, I don't know what you want, but I know you need to answer these questions. Am I willing to change to accommodate what I want? Okay. Number three, what is the responsibility of what I want? Have you did the research and found out just what you need to do, where you need to go, where you need to be? Have you asked her who, what, where, when, and why? What is the responsibility of the things that I want? Hmm? Have you did a thorough research of you making this decision, you're going after it, and the resources that needed to stay afloat, the monies needed to stay afloat, the cars needed to get around, the buildings needed to be housed. Hmm? What is the responsibility of what I want? I need you to answer that question. Again, not gonna be for you long. About to bring this thing in. Okay. And you got to watch out for the trap. Well, before I go there, should I go there? Let me go here first. Many times, getting what you want requires drastic changes before, during, and after you get it. Are you up to the challenge of the drastic changes? Huh? Some of us do not want to change. We want to remain the same, but we want something different. That's insanity. That's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting different results. No, family. Many times, getting what you want requires drastic change before, during, and after you get it. You got to count up the cost of that thing you want. And you must be willing to make some drastic changes. You may have to go to bed early. You may have to study later. You may have to invest in yourself and buying those books, those programs. Okay? To be what you want to be, to have the things you want to have, and to do those things you want to do. You may have to travel. But whatever happens, you're going to have to take drastic changes before you get it, while you're doing it, and after you get it. Are you up for the challenge? Are you up for the task? Hmm? Are you up for the task? I need you to answer that question. Because if you're not, we want to make these changes. Because we all know what we need to change. Some say, I want to be in a relationship. Are you willing to change? You want to be married. Are you willing to change? Are you willing to concede? Are you willing to compromise? Are you willing to give up that independence? I need you to answer that question. Huh? Is there anybody out there who hear me? Can I get some likes? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a heart? I need to know you're listening to me. I need to know you're paying attention. Hmm? Can you hear me? Am I coming through clear? I need somebody to send me a like, send me a thumbs up. I'm looking. Okay. I need you to share this video. I need you to like it. I need you to maybe even dislike it. You may not like what you're hearing right now, but you need to hear this. This is medicine right now. Okay. So after you get what you want and do the drastic changes, then you may have to deal with the reality that you got what you wanted, but you don't want what you got. That's a reality too, family, that you got what you want, but you don't want what you got anymore. You put all that energy into getting it, and now you don't want it. So what do you do? What do you do now that you got it and you don't want it? It's like when I tell folks to buy these guns. When they ask me what's the best gun for you, I say the gun that fits in your hand. Because if it don't fit in your hand, it's no good. No two people hands the same size. That's why I don't recommend a certain brand or certain model or certain make. I say go and experiment with multiple guns. Make sure the gun fits in your hand. Because if it doesn't fit in your hand, it's of no good to you. If you got to be manipulating and playing with it, okay? Again, it goes back to this. Some of us, we got what we want, and now we don't want what we got. Are y'all hearing me out here? Are you hearing me? I need you to be serious. If you're serious about change, then you're going to have to answer these questions. You're going to have to answer these questions that you put out there. Again, you have to be super clear about what you want, family. Super, 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 super clear. Okay. And I'm gonna give you a little, I'm gonna give you a secret to manifesting what you want. What you visualize, you will materialize. If you can visually see yourself doing it, having it, or going to a place, you can get it. What you visualize, you will materialize. I'm proof. Me having this discussion, I saw myself having these discussions with you. I visualized it before I did it. Okay. Again, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I want to thank everybody who took time out their day to tune in tonight. You can be anywhere else, but you're here, and I appreciate it. I do. I don't take you tuning in lightly. I am trying to help you be a better person. I'm trying to get you ready for the change, for the things that you want. But I want you to ask the hard questions. I need you to answer the hard questions. It's nothing wrong with you changing your mind if you're not ready for the responsibility of that thing you want. At least you know I ain't ready for this. So do something else. Imagine something else. Visualize something else. Okay. But at least answer the question, do I want the responsibility of what I want? Am I willing to change to accommodate what I want? Do I know all the factors that go into the responsibilities of what I want? Okay. Because you don't want to fall into that trip that I got what I want. Now I don't want what I got. Because that is a reality of a lot of people. They got what they want, but they don't want what they got. All right. So again, I'm gonna bring this thing in. I want to thank you for tuning in. Like I said earlier, I need you to like this video. I need you to share this video. I need you to subscribe to the channel. If you have been helped in any way, I need you to cash app. I am not afraid to ask you to support what I'm doing because I know what I'm doing is different. It's not a whole lot of people on social media or in your neighborhood, in your family talking about God and guns and God and arming yourself. And not in no fearful way, because I'm not promoting fear, I'm promoting faith. And not just that, I'm talking about Jesus, who said he that have no sword, sell his coat, pawn his coat, and buy one. What your preachers and your civil rights leaders won't say, and your politicians won't say. See, I have come to the realization in my meditation, okay, that when I was meditating and God gave me these words, that one of the proofs of love is the willingness to protect. The proof of love is the willingness to protect. And I am ready to protect those things, those people that I love. And we've been living in a country among traitors, politicians, preachers, entertainers, all those they put up as spokesperson for us. They have not showed the willingness to protect. They have not showed the love. They are not telling us to get ready for whatever's about to happen. And I know I'm not alone with in the wilderness talking about this. There are other guys out here. We all have different approaches. My approach is God and guns, guns and God. Okay. But I need you to be serious about becoming responsible gun owners and gun users like never before. And if you're ready for change, I need you to answer those questions. Do I want the responsibility for what I want? Okay. Have you counted up the cost for what you want? And if you haven't, if you don't want it, it's okay for you to change your mind and do something else and want something else. Okay. So with that said, go to lwftraining.com. Sign up for your gun classes. If you don't come to lwf.com, if you don't come to lwftraining.com, go to any firearms facility, go to the gun shop, go to the gun store, go to a range. Just find somebody who's going to teach you and show you to become how to be a responsible gun owner and gun user. Again, I do not know how much longer I'm going to be on these social media platforms because I have been censored multiple times and flagged for the content that I put out. I am very aware of the content that I'm putting out. They do not like God and guns. They do not like people talking about guns and becoming responsible gun owners. Okay. So every time I come on these platforms and talk about the gun piece, I risk being censored. Okay. So I'm exploring again other avenues. Patreon, Rumble, Twitch. I'm exploring other avenues or another pro pipeline. I'm exploring different uh, platforms. There may be a subscription, probably $5 a month, for the content that I've been putting out, that I will continue to put out, and personal up close information on the guns, whether it's a rifle, whether it's a shotgun, whether it's the handgun, semi-automatic, auto revolver, or whether it's even survival information. Okay, I'm trying to get you ready because if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Okay, so with that said, I want to thank you for tuning in. You can be anywhere but you're here, and I do appreciate it. I need you to share this video. It doesn't cost you nothing to share this video on whatever platform you're on. Just share it, family. Just share it. If it has helped you, it'll help somebody else too. Okay? Like it, dislike it. And for all those who are viewing it and haven't clicked the button where I can see who's watching it, I need you to share it too. Okay? Again, always remember, family, as I end this broadcast, I want nothing but the best for you. I want you healthy. I want you happy. I want you to find love. I want you to find success. I want you to find prosperity. I want you to have all the resources you need for your next level. I want you wealthy. I mean, wealthy as, okay, as I want you to have unlimited money. I'm talking about so much money that oh my, I'm talking about unlimited money, whether it's crypto, Bitcoin, the greenbacks, the copper. The digital money. I want you to have more money than you can imagine. I'm talking about you pinch yourself because you got so much. Because when you get it, I know that most of you, when you get it, you're gonna bless other people, like myself. I want you to get it so you can bless me. Yeah, I want you to get it so you can give me some of it because I got some things to do. I would. I'm gonna give y'all like a little glimpse of my it's I'm gonna I'll just show you a little. So I'm gonna put up for a hot second my little vision board, just because I know they're gonna freeze. Somebody gonna freeze it, and they're gonna, you know what? All right, bye. That's it. That's it. That's it. It came so fast. I'm not trying to sabotage, but I know those that's looking at it, they're gonna freeze it and they're gonna try to see what I'm doing. But it's a lot. I got about 5 or 6. I got a lot of stuff I need to do in the next 5 years that I'm going to do because I've seen it, visualized it. Okay. But that was my prayer for you. Health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, resources, wealth, and unlimited money. That's my prayer for you as I leave these broadcasts. Also, you need to know that you are a lone wolf, that there is a lone wolf in you. Why? Because you can operate outside of the pack. You don't need to wait for somebody to do what you can do. We don't wait. We do what needs to be done. That has been our Achilles heel, waiting for the next person to do what needs to be done. You're that next person. You're up. It's your time. You were on the sidelines. It's time for you to get in the game. Okay? Get in the game. Get in the game. With that said, again, I'm ending this now. Always remember this. It's not how much you know, family. It's how much you care. I'll see you soon.